Hey guys, this is part 1 of a part 2 series, but first be sure to join our Discord community by clicking the link below. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to help me provide you with more epic content. Halo Infinite will be unveiled in July of this year and releasing later this holiday season. And with 343 having constant scrutiny and big shoes to fill, once again we will have one question. Will it be good? 343 is notorious for not being very good for listening to their fans that have been screaming at them since March 31st, 2012. The Halo community have argued over the same things time and time again ever since Halo Reach. We don't want sprint. Armor abilities need to go. Rec packs are cancer. Make it more like classic Halo. And the more we scream, the more it seems they do not listen and continue on with their great journey to create their version of Halo that we never wanted. But I don't think that the Halo community will put up with it this time. Things need to change. 343 needs to listen. It is detrimental to their studio and the future of Halo alike. It started with Halo 4. The year was 2012, and the competition between Halo and Call of Duty was on once again. But in the weirdest turn of events, the two franchises started to mimic each other to try to bring fans from each game into their player base. Halo tried to latch on to Call of Duty's advanced movement and perk systems, which Call of Duty tried to add a more futuristic feel to their games with the release of Black Ops 2. These were changes that nobody really wanted on both sides of the competition. I'm going to comment on both campaigns of Halo 4 and Halo 5 to save time here, so stay with me. I waited 5 whole years for the return of my childhood hero to my most coveted of shooters, and with the new technology of the age, and 343's promises of being devoted to storytelling, I was optimistic that I would once again be glued to my screen and the Master Chief would be more badass than ever. Never did I think that my favorite characters would be changed forever. Master Chief and Cortana were the most unstoppable and charismatic duo I've ever seen in a video game, and Halo 4 was going to tear that all apart. I was so pissed at the end of Halo 4 when I thought they killed off one of the franchise's most important characters. Cortana was too important to the story for this to happen, and then when Halo 5 dropped, and I found out that she was the new villain, I wish that she had stayed dead. The Didact could have been the best villain that Master Chief had ever fought. He was a godlike tier boss that could have had the most epic of endgame battles. But what we got at the end of Halo 4 was click X to kill the Didact. That was it. All that tension build up for a 30-second cutscene, and the most unclimactic deaths I've ever seen, as well as what I thought to be the loss of one of my most beloved characters in Halo. I also spent the entire day playing the most linear and boring missions ever in a Halo game up to that point, which made the ending even more devastating. The Mammoth mission was sitting on a slow vehicle you can't control, hardly doing anything for what seemed like forever, almost like an extended cutscene. And it felt like some missions weren't even necessary, like the first part of the mission Shutdown, where you just walk around the hangar, spending time gathering weapons and ammo and talking to Conan and Brian.
Stand near the crates, but don't ever move them.
Then we got Halo 5, a game that was marketed so you thought that Master Chief was on the run. There would be this huge face-off between two Spartan super soldiers. It looked epic. And yeah, that first cutscene was badass as hell. But there's a reason I don't remember 90% of this game. It's because I didn't give a flying fuck about Spartan Locke. They did everything in their power to make me love this character. They even gave him his own movie. But why would I care or want to play someone who was hunting down humanity's greatest savior? Yeah, it was cool having Buck back, but the other two I don't know anything about. I just feel like Halo 5 could have taken a different direction. I remember all the missions I played as Blue Team because Blue Team has been in Halo lore since the beginning. But every mission I played as Fire Team Osiris felt like I was a villain and I was just wanting to get the missions over as soon as possible so I can go back to playing Chief. Speaking of Chief in that epic showdown, It turns out that 343 loves to make the climax of every one of their games a cutscene. A 30-second cutscene that you have no control over. And man, was that the clumsiest, slowest Spartan fight I have ever seen in the franchise. Chief defeated countless elites, brutes, hunters, and could have cut Locke in half with his fist if he wanted to. But it looked like their body-enhancing suits had both turned off in that moment, or 343 just doesn't understand what a Spartan is capable of. These aren't Call of Duty Special Forces soldiers. They're 1,000-pound fighter jets with limbs, and have every single sense heightened, every muscle juiced out. But Locke gets a battle rifle smashed over his head, and Chief gets a kick to the chest, and reacts like a 1-year-old trying to keep his balance, and also has his visor cracked. And just like that, it's over. All that marketing, and they move on, so you can go get emotional over your crazy ex-girlfriend. Like seriously, I didn't wait 5 years for a new Halo to watch a love story unfold. In the final cutscene, Chief gets reunited with the Arbiter and his creator, Dr. Halsey. I just really wish they gave the Arbiter the same love as the interaction Chief has with Halsey. Chief doesn't even acknowledge Arbiter at all in this cutscene. He saved humanity with Chief. They saved each other's lives multiple times. But no, make him straight go to the woman that kidnapped him from his family and forced him into excruciating pain and suffering through augmentation, and be like, yo, what up, moms? I just feel that 343 needs to make the next installment of Halo a little more positive and a little less emotional, and make the Chief the badass we always knew he was. If they let the player feel the story out through gameplay rather than cutscenes, and give the original characters in the franchise the respect they deserve, they may just have a good Halo game. So anyways guys, those are my opinions on what needs to change in Halo Infinite when it comes down to story. And keep an eye out for part 2 where I go over design and multiplayer, and what I feel needs to change for map mechanics, game modes, and player movement. Join the Metal Uprising community now, because we will be bringing our iconic clan back to life when Halo Infinite drops this holiday. Be sure to check out our Discord trailer and what we have to offer to our fellow gamers. This is your TMUR community leader, Bamlet53, and I hope to see you suit up with me in my next game night video. I'll see you soon.